These video game villains definitely have power levels over 9,000.
It's over 9,000! 9,000?!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 most powerful video game bosses. For this list, we'll be looking at video game bosses who may not have put up the hardest fight, but who wield awe-inspiring power. Let's do this.
Our world will become a part of it one day, but I will not end.
Number 10. Mewtwo, Pokemon series. Mewtwo remains the greatest test trainers have faced, especially for those who went in unprepared. Any player who didn't bring a Master Ball to catch this powerful psychic faced a tough, protracted battle with little hope of success. Armed with genius-level intellect and an array of devastating psychic abilities, Mewtwo was genetically designed to be the strongest of all Pokemon. While other legendaries such as Mew and Celeb give him a run for his money, there is arguably no Pokemon who better symbolizes raw power than Mewtwo. Number 9. Sephiroth, Final Fantasy VII. Sephiroth is a villain so iconic he's tested players' abilities in 2 different franchises. This master swordsman made his debut in the classic RPG Final Fantasy VII, where he quickly established himself as one of gaming's most detestable villains by killing the magic wielder Aerith.
A touching reunion.
As if that wasn't bad enough, the remake establishes that he's able to break the flow of destiny, hinting at the possibility that this version of Sephiroth might be a time traveler. No matter where he shows up, this silver-haired menace is always a powerful adversary who doesn't go down easily.
That which lies ahead does not yet exist.
Number 8. Calamity Ganon, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. When it comes to the Zelda franchise's main villain Ganon, there are no shortage of appearances to choose from. However, in terms of raw power and menace, it's hard to think of a more imposing iteration than Breath of the Wild's Calamity Ganon. Known as the Last Scourge, Calamity Ganon is a malevolent force who managed to doom Hyrule to a century of misery and hopelessness. In a cataclysmic event known as the Great Calamity, Ganon thwarted his enemies, killing the champions Daruk, Mipha, Revali, and Urbosa, taking control of their divine beasts and laying waste to Hyrule Castle. Although Link and Zelda are able to defeat Calamity Ganon a century later, the generational devastation he caused is almost too painful to contemplate. Number 7. Diablo, Diablo series. Hideous demons are a dime a dozen in video games, but few rival Diablo, the Lord of Terror. The titular villain of Blizzard's popular dungeon-crawling series may be the youngest of the 3 prime evils, but Mephisto and Baal's baby brother is by far the most dangerous.
Only by defeating us can you return to your own realm, but none will ever grow from the depths of their own terror.
Diablo possesses power over terror itself, meaning he's not only incapable of feeling fear, but can weaponize it against his enemies. He literally feeds on terror, growing more powerful with each mortal he possesses and corrupts. Oh, and he also can't be killed, at least not in the conventional sense. The only way to defeat Diablo is to seal him away in a soul stone, but that can only keep this archdemon and his devastating red lightning down for so long. Number 6. The Reapers, Mass Effect Trilogy.
The Reapers are here. Then, how do we stop them?
While the Reapers lack the charisma of some of gaming's most memorable villains, they make up for it through their relentless pursuit of a single goal: the destruction of all sentient life. Essentially a highly advanced race of murderous starships, the Reapers are an ancient cyclical threat that return every 50,000 years to harvest all advanced life forms in the Milky Way galaxy. Making matters worse, they have the ability to transmit indoctrination waves into select individuals to make civilizations fight each other, rather than the Reapers.
Destroying the Reapers would be the biggest mistake of our brief existence.
No wonder it took a gigantic alliance of every species in the galaxy and a last-ditch effort from Commander Shepard and his crew to finally put a stop to this mechanical menace. Number 5. Kronika, Mortal Kombat 11.
In many ways. But most importantly, there will be no Raiden.
In a franchise that regularly pits human opponents against literal gods, finding the most powerful combatant is no easy task. Or at least it was until Kronika made her debut. A titaness with mastery over time and space, Kronika's powers are so vast that she makes franchise heavyweights like Raiden and Shao Kahn look weak by comparison.
History rewinds, giving way to the new era.
No! As a boss battle, Kronika is no pushover, using her time travel abilities to warp in other characters to make life miserable for players. While Kronika's power puts her in a class all of her own, it's her fatality that truly shows off her terrifying abilities. Using time manipulation, Kronika rips her opponents in half over and over, creating an endless loop of stomach-churning agony. Excuse us while we throw up.
You will be exalted in the new era, Cetrion.
Number 4. Zeus, God of War series. Any character who holds titles like King of Olympus and God of the Sky, Thunder, Lightning, and the Heavens is bound to pack a punch. In a franchise loaded with all-powerful gods, Zeus stands a cut above. Driven by paranoia and pride, Zeus is so confident in his rule of the Greek pantheon that it takes God of War protagonist Kratos the better part of 2 games to take down his estranged father. In addition to his trademark lightning bolts, Zeus wields a vast array of powers and abilities befitting the king of the gods, including super strength, teleportation, and astral projections. Basically, he's the ultimate power-mad deity and doesn't go down easy. Number 3. Jubileus the Creator, Bayonetta. Bayonetta is a series overflowing with over-the-top boss battles, so it's impressive that Jubileus stands out as much as she does. Known as the Maker of the Heavens, Jubileus is the principal deity of the Bayonetta universe, and this status is on full display in her battle with the titular heroine. As the original Bayonetta's final boss encounter, Jubileus pulls out all the stops with an epic clash set on the very edges of the solar system. She fires missiles from her hair, she throws punches that cause her opponents to briefly revert to a child form, she can only be defeated by being thrown into the sun. Yeah, Jubileus is a lot, but we wouldn't change one thing about her 6 stage boss fight. Number 2. Giygas, Earthbound series. Even if you've never heard of Giygas, titles like the Embodiment of Evil and Universal Cosmic Destroyer tell you everything you need to know about this nigh unstoppable villain. The main antagonist of the Earthbound series, Giygas is a being of pure evil and unimaginable power who attempts to destroy reality itself. According to Earthbound creator Shigesato Itoi, Giygas was inspired by a traumatic event from his childhood, in which he accidentally viewed a horror movie at a theater. Fittingly, Giygas' appearance at the end of Earthbound represents one of the most frightening tonal flips in gaming history, as this bright, whimsical adventure turns into a psychedelic nightmare. Who says Nintendo can't make scary games? Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few other powerful video game bosses who wield quite a bit of power, and they deserve some honorable mention. Alduin, The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. The only thing cooler than a dragon is a dragon god. Virgil, Devil May Cry series, because he wields a cool katana and has demon blood.
I was so eager to see you, I couldn't concentrate on preparations for the bash.
Void Termina, Kirby Star Allies, because his nickname is the Destroyer of Worlds. The Lich King, Warcraft series. So powerful he brought the Horde and Alliance together. Solaris, Sonic the Hedgehog, because even the worst games have cool bosses that can eat dimensions for lunch.
Is it impossible to defeat a super-dimensional being after all?
Want more video game content? Check out our gaming channel Mojo Plays and discover games and ideas you never knew existed. With more lists, breakdowns, and our latest series, Arcade Roulette.
Justin and John are in.
Oh.
Hey, is that Porky Pig? There's a lot of things being ripped off in this game.
Number 1, Chakravartin the Creator, Asura's Wrath.
You are indeed the one to inherit this world.
Chakravartin is undoubtedly one of the most powerful video game bosses ever conceived. In a game where you already play as a god capable of punching a living planet in the face, Chakravartin makes his fellow deities look puny by comparison. As the most powerful being in the universe, Chakravartin is capable of pretty much any feat imaginable. And like any good anime villain, he only gets stronger with each new form he takes. His final creator form is almost comically absurd, as he's capable of ridiculous feats such as destroying Asura's arms with just a single finger. Video games have given players more difficult bosses to defeat, but none can rival Chakravartin in the raw power department.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.